Yeah. Bruno's hanging out with me right now, so he's got a squeaky toy.
Yeah.
Bruno, what are you doing? He's actually just laying on the ground like a giant spider right now because he's all just torso and legs. So he's like when he lays, he's
Mm-hmm.
like ah. All right, what's going on, everybody? We're live. You know what it is? Nooner Nation podcast for Nooners by
On
Nooners,
a Tuesday.
and there's no one here, so whatever.
Don't.
I guess I can take my time to mute the TV. I got the NHL playoffs started, so I got to watch the games. But yeah, what's new with you? What
Ah,
Oh, here's who's here. Alex is here. What's going on, Alex?
Alex. Alex probably did what I did, and that was watch fucking WrestleMania
Yeah, I was gonna
all
ask you. I figured
weekend.
we'd see if anybody else pulls in before we start your WrestleMania talk. I didn't even see. I
Yeah,
saw
it doesn't matter.
today, today and yesterday. I saw like posts on my because like my home screen at work on my office computer is like Yahoo News, and I saw a bunch of stuff about WrestleMania.
Mhm.
But I didn't watch look at any of it
Really?
because I want to be surprised when you tell me about how WrestleMania went.
Well, it was more like commercial mania. The commercials were absolutely atrocious.
Is it on Netflix
They
still?
cut
Is it on
off people.
Netflix now? Didn't they?
Raw is on Netflix, but it's all awful. Like even the commercials on there, the commercials on SmackDown, they're long as shit,
But
and they
it's
take
all on
up.
Netflix. Like they don't do paper because does pay per view even exist anymore? Like I don't.
No, 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 not. Oh, this is on. That's only internationally.
Oh, okay.
Here in the states, you have to have Netflix. SmackDown is still only on USA, uh, and then you have to have ESPN Plus for the PLEs. So you're spending hundreds of dollars a year in America compared to anywhere else outside of the United States. It's all on Netflix. So if there's a way to make it where you're in one of those countries,
Yeah.
you could watch it on your Netflix.
Oh, okay.
If only there was something out there like that that exists.
Well, know
But
what VPNs do?
I'm just a dumb female. I don't understand. Yes, Bill, that was the joke.
Oh, sorry.
that, that was the
Oh,
joke.
I don't have a
that was
VPN
my
either because
dry,
to be perfectly honest, you're
dry.
like, oh, like these companies can see your search history. I was like, I don't really care if anybody sees my search history. So I mean, China could be like, we'll release your search history. I was like, bitch, I'm not worried about that.
Do it. No one's going to be surprised.
Everybody's gonna be like,
it's like, oh
yeah,
my gosh, she was looking this up. It's like, oh wait, no, that's Bill.
yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be Bill.
But that's the way to be. Like, don't look up anything that you would
Yeah,
be shameful of. How about that? If you do that, you never have to be worried
yeah. Like
unless you're just a
on
complete
on the
idiot.
hub, is anybody gonna be surprised when like my search history is like Latina milfs tanning by pool? No, like well, yeah, that sounds
No,
about on par.
exactly.
Now there are
Yeah.
some weird drunken P Hub rabbit holes in my youth I went down, and I'd be like, eh. But then everybody be like, everybody I care about their opinions, would be like, oh, pff, yeah, I've been there. 3 hours later, you're like, how did I get here? You know,
Well, then
so
it just becomes like a science
it
experiment, and you're
does.
like, my curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
I want to
It's like,
know.
wait,
And then you're like, why did I do this? I should
that's a thing. I got to see this now, and you see, like,
not
not
gone.
my thing. Within like the next thumbnail down, you're like,
Right?
that's a thing. Good lord, what are these people doing?
It's, a, it's an education on debauchery.
Yeah, for sure.
It's for science.
Yeah, for scientific purposes. You know, when it's like, I don't know, like a midget on a pulley system just getting pulled up and down on some guy. Or what was
Oh
Russell? What was
gosh.
Russell
I mean,
Brand's thing? The wheelchair porn was that Russell Brand's thing? He liked watching
I have no
chicks in
idea.
wheelchairs get banged. So I've
I
heard.
mean, it only goes that way. It only stays
Oh,
like
it
the
always goes to a
hottest
dark
women you
place.
can think of, and then like all of it, especially if like the rock stars and the people like that, where it's like you, you can have you can
Huh.
anything out there at your disposal. It always goes absolutely disgusting every single time.
Oh yeah, yeah. It always
So
goes to
just
the
yeah.
darkest of places. But yeah, so WrestleMania. What happened
Hmm.
at WrestleMania? That was Saturday night.
Saturday and Sunday, it's two
Oh,
nights
it's two
now,
nights now. Okay.
and yeah, a lot of commercials and short fucking matches. I mean, I was having technical difficulties and completely missed the first match completely. And it was only like a few minutes
Ah,
that and it was Brock Lesnar,
he's still he's
where it
still
turned
doing it.
out to be Brock's. Well, he retired after that fight, and no one knew, no one was expecting that. It was a huge surprise to see him, take his shoes off and gloves in the ring. But yeah, I missed fucking all that, like the whole match, which was only it was like 6 minutes. It was not long, especially for what that should have been.
Right. Yeah, they got commercials,
They
Charlie. They gotta get that ad
they
revenue.
catered to the commercial. I mean, it became exactly like that because it not only did you have different commercials, it was Netflix having their own fucking bullshit commercials, which were a few minutes. Same one over and over was the Hulk Hogan documentary that's coming out tomorrow. And I remember even saying out loud to myself, I cannot wait for this documentary to come out so I don't have to fucking see this
See the
trailer
commercials,
anymore.
yeah.
And then they had one for, I think it was called Thrash. And it looks like a B list fucking shark movie that I used to watch back in the day
Stacy just
and
watched
drink
that one with
to.
the kids and she told me about it. I was like, that sounds fucking retarded.
It looked it looked like that. Like, oh, don't worry, baby, mommy's gonna have to fight off a shark. And I was like, I'm about to shoot myself
You're right.
if I have to see this fucking trailer one more time, Netflix. Like, I'm gonna do it. I will trigger. Stop fucking showing me this trailer. And there was no way to get around that, unfortunately. I don't think there's a way to watch that show without commercials. Maybe the ESPN didn't have it, but you have to pay so much for that. Um, why are you holding a fried chicken?
Mm-hmm. Actually, he's more like right now.
Extra crispy.
His hair's kind of long, so he's more like one of those like mini cows. I'm pretty sure he's like blinded by his hair in his face.
Nobody.
Bruno, can you say hi?
That is fried chicken.
He does look like a little chicken finger. He's hanging out with me tonight. All right, go on, go find a toy. Go.
There's my cat licking himself.
He's had a catch us like, I do not care. I lick myself
Like what?
for free.
Um, but yeah, Brock Lesnar has retired officially.
His daughter was
I didn't
wrestling
know.
for like the University of Iowa for a little while. That was like big news here. And
Yeah, she's a
unfortunately, his
fucking
daughter looks just
beast.
like him. she's a. I mean, she's like not terrible looking. I mean, she's fit. You can tell she's super fit, but she is just built.
Yeah, she's a female version of her father,
Yep.
but she
You
is
don't
like,
often
I
see
mean, of
females
course,
with like
like,
the trap muscles, like.
well, I mean, yeah, I mean, she's a fucking Division 1 athlete,
Oh
man.
yeah, and a wrestler at
Like,
that. Like, yeah, she's jacked.
you look at those D1, she's a shot put, is what she went national in. But yeah, yeah, she's throwing shit. Like she needs those muscles.
She
That
was
makes
so when she was
sense.
at Iowa, I'm pretty sure she was wrestling, but I think I've seen where now she's somewhere else, and I think she does a lot of like the shot put and track and field events. But
Yeah,
she's. When I saw, I was
I
like,
haven't
Brock
seen anything about
Lesnar's
her
daughter
doing.
comes to Iowa. And I was like, oh, I got to see this. I saw her. I was like, man, she looks just like her dad with long hair.
Mm-hmm. Yes, But she has some football boyfriend that loves her, so it's like, well, that's very sweet. But it's like, could you imagine hugging her and then like seeing her father behind her, and you're like,
Could you
yeah, your
imagine wanting to
dad's
break up
fucking
with
Brock
Brock Lesnar's daughter? Like, oh fuck. I didn't think about this before this started.
like you never, yeah, you can't be a fucking asshole without that one, because yeah, fucking Brock Lesnar, man. Um, but yeah, he's actually married to Sable. I didn't know
Yeah, you
that
told me
for
that
a
on another
while.
episode. I was like, oh shit. How's she looking
Yeah,
these
he's
days?
with Sable. I've seen a. She's looking. I mean, she doesn't look like how she did, but pretty fucking good. Not comparison, but
Okay, yeah.
I don't think they ever had any kids together, did they?
Let me see. But yeah, I mean she's still okay, she's definitely yeah, she those years on the road did something to her.
Well, I mean, life happens, health
Mhm.
issues happen, medications happen. It happens. We can't all be Trish Stratus, okay?
They have two kids. Turk.
Oh, really? Okay. I
They have
didn't
two
know.
sons. Turk, who was born in
Tor-
2009, and Duke, that was born in 2010.
Turk Lesnar.
Yeah, when you're Brock Lesnar,
That's
you
a
can name your kid
name.
whatever they want, whatever you want. Nobody's gonna argue with you.
Well, right. I'm sure it has some sort of a meaning. And I'm sure, I doubt they're huge friends of the Turks
Of the
that,
Turks. Yeah, they both seem
you know,
pretty white
Constantinople
Anglo.
used to be Istanbul.
Is Trish Stratus?
But I think of Scrubs.
Is Trish Stratus still
Oh,
looking good?
dude, she looks the exact same. She just did a calendar shoot, I think, for this year.
Oh God, she still looks
Um,
great.
but she said it, honestly. She was like, I've always been a fitness person. That's how I got into WWE,
Mm-hmm.
and it's easier to keep it and maintain it than to let it go and get it back.
Yeah. Oh,
So
for
she's
sure.
not, she's always maintained herself.
Yeah, she looks great.
Um,
How
but
old is
she,
she?
she did fitness. She was like a fitness influencer in the fucking 90s before it was, as mainstream as it is
Uh,
now.
I mean, she's only like
Back
50,
when you had to be
so
actually legit.
she's only
But yes, I think
50.
Sable and Brock are around the same age.
Are they? Oh, I don't know. But that makes me think, man, when I was watching WWE, she must have been like early 20s then. Mid to mid 20s, maybe?
Hmm. It's wild because like these people just look so grown up,
Brock
and you
Lesnar's
don't realize
48.
like, oh, they're only 24. Yeah.
And Sable is.
So yeah, she might just be 50,
Or no,
but
sorry. Yeah.
again, it happens.
Sable is 58. She's 10 years older than him. That tracks then. That makes more sense.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
You go, girl. Get that younger man. Because
So,
she was married to some other guy in WWE and was his manager. And then I think he found out she was fucking around with Brock, and he was like, I'm out. I can't fight this one. I'm
she
gonna
was
go.
married to, before Brock Lesnar, she was married to Mark Miro from 94 to
Mm-hmm.
2004. What's his deal? Oh, he was a wrestler. Look at this guy. Look at this
Yes.
pimp.
He's big dude with the hair,
Yeah.
mustache. Mm-hmm. Little frillies on the side.
And then,
I was watching some Royal Rumble from the 90s, and she was ringside for him.
she was married to a guy named Wayne Richardson. Uh, from 87 until he died in a car accident in 91.
Shit, dude.
Wayne
Fuck.
W. Richardson. Not a lot going on with him on Google though, so I guess he probably wasn't like a person back then. But, yeah.
Well, he might have been a wrestler too, or something like that.
Who was
Or it might have been like a part.
who was the hottie from back in the day that dated George Clooney forever? Those from WWE.
Stacy Keebler.
Stacy Keebler. I bet
Keebler.
she's still got to be. Oh, she hasn't aged a day.
Oh, I'm sure, dude. Her fucking like she was a fan, and they found her in the audience, and they were like, "Yoink!"
She's like, "Hey, do you want a job?"
Her fucking legs go on for fucking days, man. That's wild. My legs go on for minutes.
Yeah, like here's a picture of Stacy Keebler from like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. But like she was super young when she got into it too. So she got to be a part of the like skin regimens and knowing how to take care and all the preventative measures that keep you looking young.
She's 46.
All the people born before motherfucking sunscreen was a thing,
Right.
they're just holding on by a thread. Unless you're Kris Jenner, and then you go to the best fucking plastic surgeon,
Right.
and they take 20 years off of your face. I cannot believe that woman's fucking face after she had that lift done.
Oh, I gotta look this up. I didn't know anything about that either.
Dude, you haven't fucking seen these? Bro. Wild what that fucking plastic surgeon did. Now, it's rumored that it was $300,000, which sounds like she had more shit done than just a facelift.
Well, okay.
But that fucking doctor should get some sort of an award.
Are you talking about these?
Because, yeah, she turned into one of her fucking daughters, man.
Yeah, she kind of looks like a mix between all three of her daughters there. Oh yeah, that was that had to be pretty intensive. That's a lot of work.
Lindsay Lohan looks absolutely fucking incredible.
Oh, Lohan looks great.
Yeah, she probably had the same. She might have gone to the same doctor.
I don't know. Lohan was young enough to where I think maybe once she just like figured her life out, it wasn't probably that hard to get back into.
She definitely has.
Oh, she's got work done, but I don't know if it's as intense as that. But,
no, I'm just saying, like she might have gone to the same doctor, had something less than yeah.
I think I think the Lohan
still enough to be like, you look incredible.
Oh, Lindsay Lohan.
But yeah, diet matters, all that kind of shit. But it's just like, I don't know how much the drugs take effect when you're young, like that.
Yeah, Lohan definitely
like the cigarettes. I don't know.
You can tell by like how like tight and shiny her skin is. Like she definitely had some work done.
Yeah,
for sure. But she looked great.
Yeah. But right. And like that's the only time that people ever have issues when people have work done is when it looks like fucking shit, which was what we got to grow up with the early 2000s, and even like in the 2020s.
Who was it? Tara Reid. Remember, like all her botched plastic surgery. She went from like a 25-year-old smoke show to like a 45-year-old cocktail waitress that smokes 6-pack a day for 30 years. Overnight. Everybody's like, what the fuck?
Well, she got a breast lift.
She got what?
Well, hell, she had issues with alcohol for sure. But when she showed up to one of the Diddy parties and they had paparazzi and she was already fucked up and her dress fell down and exposed her tit, people started giving her scathing, oh my gosh, the plastic surgery. She had a fucking lift done. And if you think about what a lift is, you're going to, she had the lollipop scar, something like that. She might have had an anchor. But when you hear lollipop or anchor, what the fuck do you think that means? That's what the scars look like
Right.
with something going up, or around the nipple and then
Wasn't
down.
I'm
You're gonna
trying to
have these
God, that was
scars,
what? That was like
and
15 years ago or something. That was a while back. But wasn't it like
oh,
I
honey,
seem to
that was a
recall
lot.
something about like yeah, her top came
It's
down
been
and like
24 years.
has it been that long?
Um, but they gave her so much hell for those kind of scars. But it's like, yeah, that's what it fucking looks like when you have a lift done.
Was it the scars? Oh, I thought it was like I
And
seem to remember it
sometimes,
being something about like her nipples were super wonky. Like Mr. Garrison from South Park, like one was like up here and the other one was like down here. Like they didn't
I don't
place, they
remember
didn't
anything
like
like
whatever they
that.
did, they didn't like place it right. So like one boob was like really offset from the other.
Well, that's fucking.
I'm
If
not.
you pull up here and you pull down a little bit here, you can do that with any tit. Like that just depends on if she's
I'm just saying this
scrambling and it's a
was
loose shirt. Yeah, that
that
can
was
happen super easy, and that has nothing. That's just fucking. But that's what I'm saying. People went after her for fucking any little thing to tear her apart because it gave them money. It was money in their fucking pockets for making fun of her.
oh yeah. Well, that was
And it
I just
was
looked it
really
up. That was
sad.
2004. So that would have been right around the time of all those like Perez Hiltons and stuff. You know, so like yeah, they're gonna come after
Yeah.
her for her shit. But I think she's doing
I
okay
mean,
now.
that was killed
Yeah, I was
because
10th grade
of
back then.
paparazzi, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
So yeah,
so
whatever.
much money.
So yeah. Huh.
And it is gross. It is very gross
Well,
what
you
they
don't really
did.
get a lot of that anymore. Like that like the like TMZ, I saw something about like they're changing their model a little bit cuz I think people are just kind of over the like the celebrity.
With camera phones, you have to because now it's not crazy to just see them dining on the show that snaps a picture. Beforehand it was like, oh, no one's gonna have this because they actually had fucking privacy. Now there's zero privacy because everybody has a phone.
Right. Yeah, I suppose. But yeah. So what other than Brock Lesnar, was there anything else
So,
exciting at WrestleMania?
um, I mean, the matches were
Alex in the
short, which
chat
sucked, but
said
they were
both
good.
nights were boring.
I mean, a lot of I don't know. The Mania is supposed to be their biggest night, but it just felt like another PLE. Like out of it,
Okay.
I don't know. It was weird, but it has a lot to do with TKO,
Okay.
that parent company that owns them and owns UFC now. They suck the life out of it. It's corporate shit. They suck the life out of everything and try to make the most money from it. And it's just like you're stealing the soul from it. What made
Yeah.
it great? What made you want to buy it?
Yeah.
You are you stabbed it and you're twisting the knife and you're gonna fucking kill it.
Well, the fact they even had commercials for WrestleMania is ridiculous to me because that was the whole point of like pay per view, right? It's like we're paying for it. There should be commercials, which is actually the whole point of cable television to begin with, and that
Yeah,
went the way it went. But yeah, that's
but
nuts.
exactly. It's that corporate bullshit. And like Dragon Lee came out, he's a luchador. Dragon. He has dragon wings when he comes out.
Ooh, fancy.
A lot of the times they're smaller.
Mm-hmm.
These ones were huge. And it was so cool. And they fucking stole that from us because we were having to watch another fucking Hulk Hogan trailer, which I love Hogan. But holy shit, I wanted to see that entrance.
Right.
I wanted to see this shit. And they took that away from us. Let's see. They had I've never heard about this, but it's the Andre
Oh, those are cool.
Royale, something like that. Like, right? Like, come on. He looks like an actual fucking dragon. And like they'll retract back in before he takes them off.
Nice.
We didn't get to see his awesome fucking entrance. Um, but yeah, the night before they had the on Andre the Giant Royal, so like whoever wins gets his trophy.
Okay.
They had a lot of guys in that. They had some AAA guys, which is like the Mexican wrestling,
Okay.
which WWE does own, and Undertaker actually is the head producer for it. So it's absolutely fantastic.
Okay.
But those guys are on a different fucking level. You know, when it comes to acrobatics and
Mm-hmm.
everything, and it's way faster. Um, there's one guy, and of course I love him because his luchador mask, his tongue is sticking out, which I mean, you know, I've never seen anything like that before, and he has like a mohawk on it, but he's called Psycho Clown, so he's like a part of like a clown faction. I found this out recently, and he did it in the ring, which I thought was awesome. Maybe might get him more uh,
Uh-uh.
popular. He'll rip the face of his mask off, and it looks like just bare muscle, and it's creepy as shit. Like when he's like, you know, struggling to like, and
Huh.
then you realize he's ripping his face off, and it looks like just meat underneath, and you're like, what the hell? It's so cool. And he got to do that, but then he got eliminated, you know, right afterwards. But I'm like, that's fucking cool. Millions of people just got to see him. That's amazing. Royce Keys won it, which he is new, but he seems great. Like I said, Obafemi, he's from NXT. He beat Brock, and so like Brock put him over to become like the next,
Oh, okay.
not beast, but the next big menacing man, because he's fucking huge. Um, Trick Williams, I love him. He came out with what was a CBS receipt on the back of his white coat. It was a train, but like he always wears a white coat, and the train was as long as the ramp, which was very
It was a
long.
big CBS receipt.
And so people turned it into a CBS receipt, which is
Oh, gotcha. It's like a
oh,
meme. Okay,
this
gotcha.
is how long it is.
Yep,
Yes,
that's
yeah, they
pretty
memed
funny.
it. It was
CBS does
hilarious.
give you really long receipts.
It's crazy, especially when you're a member because they give you so many coupons, but
Hmm.
you're like, "Nyeh," and it takes so long to print out. That was really
Oh, that's like,
fun.
yeah, the coupons. That's like, do you have Kohl's where you're at?
I do, but I don't go there.
I used to like I would go like states like I would need like clothes for like at a previous job. I kind of had to not dress like super nice, but I did have to dress kind of nice. So he'd be like, "Oh, let's
Business
go to
casual.
Kohl's." He'd be like, "Oh, well, it's this much plus 40% off plus 20% off because we're a member, and we have Kohl's cash." I'd be like, "God damn it, just tell me how much it is."
I know,
Like I'm sitting
right?
there
But it's
like
like, no,
I'm
I'm
sitting
getting
there
all these
like,
coupons. I'm
okay,
getting
so
such a good deal.
this and then this and then okay, I think it's this much. Okay, like
Just give it to me for free.
just
Just
tell me how
let me
much the goddamn shirt costs.
give it to me.
Like ridiculous. Drives me insane. But yeah, so what's the next event? So what's the one I'm been thinking of is not WrestleMania. It's fuck. The big event where it's like the last man standing. Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Right? Do they still do that one?
Yes. Yeah. So that was like back in January.
Oh, okay.
And the winners of that are up for the title belt. So Roman
Oh.
Reigns won that, and Rhea Ripley won it for the women's, and they both won.
Is it
Um,
still the same format where like every 60 seconds somebody new comes into the ring?
yes, yes,
Gotcha. But if you get thrown out of the ring, you're done.
or every minute and a half.
Something like there's a time.
But there's 30 people.
Yeah.
So like they're like the people like the first one, you're wrestling for over an hour.
Yeah.
Like that's fucking insane. And people are like, it's fake. It's this, it's that. It's like you go be fucking physically active for over an hour and make it TV worthy.
Oh yeah. Here's the thing. I'm not saying when I say like it's fake. I mean it is. obviously scripted. I am not.
Right.
I'm not denigrating the athleticism of these people
Oh,
by
no, no,
any
no. That
means.
wasn't personal to you. For I don't want you to think I
Oh,
was saying that to
okay. Like,
you. I
no,
was
but like
saying
it
that
is
to the
obviously like whoever they want, like especially like a Royal Rumble. Obviously, being the last guy in the ring is the place to be, and they're
yeah.
gonna pick somebody that fits a storyline they have. Like it is, it's like a live soap opera, right? But
It's
I'm
a
not
I love to call it a violent soap opera.
violent. That works too. But yeah, it's just I get I understand like they're not actually like I mean somebody might like take a hit every once in a while, like
That
bad
happened.
fall, but like
That
it
happened to
is.
Cody Rhodes Friday
Did he?
night.
Oh,
Actually,
he actually catch one.
fucking. Well, he got Randy hit him in the face with the belt, which is like I think what really did it. But he got punted, so Randy kicked him in the fucking face.
Oh shit.
Um, both on the same eye. And to the point where like people had recorded, we're recording. Randy went over there and checked on him. The ref went over there and checked on him. They
Mm-hmm.
had to get medical in the ring. He was 1000% concussed for sure because he was looking around. You could tell like the lights are on, but no one
Mm-hmm.
was home. And of course, they take the concussion protocol way seriously
Oh
now.
yeah, as they
But
should, by the way. But
his eye was completely swollen,
yeah.
completely swollen. Um, he was walking up the ramp and he went down to his knees and like he kind of put his blood on the ramp and like did a thing, but I don't know if he went down on purpose. uh so he was having a rough time, and then
No,
they were
I remember even back when
checking
I would
for both
watch it
on
way back in like what they call the Attitude Era. I don't maybe it wasn't the Attitude Era. When I watched it, it was probably
the ruthless aggression.
it was like was it
Right.
DX? The Rock
Yeah.
was huge. Kurt Angle, uh, like those guys. So that would have been Stone Cold. So like
Well,
mid
Stone Cold was only until 01, and then he
like
stopped. So
early 2000s. I was gonna like late 90s, early 2000s. Like The Rock was like when I watched it, The Rock had kind of progressed from the heel to the hero.
hmm
Uh,
so they were because I think the Hardy Boys, because I know
the
you
Hardy
said.
Boys were big then with Lita.
And I hadn't gotten to the Hardy Boys yet when you were saying that. And then I finally found out who they were, and I was like, of course, Bill loves this man.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's just like, who the fuck isn't going to love Jeff Hardy? Like, oh my gosh, he's just so
Yeah, and his fishnets.
lovable. But yeah, he plays that perfectly. Like, it's so believable. Of like, this is
Well, they
you.
always roll out with Lita too, who had like the whale
The
tail coming
thong
out.
up. Dude, she was fucking fantastic in her own right as well. Like, she held her own in that ring.
Is
She was
she still doing it, or is
incredible.
she out now?
No, she retired, but she still works, I think, within the company doing stuff, but not on the shows. Um, but the fucking Hardy Boys are still going at it. I
I
think
was
they're
about to say,
on.
did he say? I think you told me that they're still doing stuff.
I don't. I think they're TNA, but they could be AEW or they something like that. But they just retired the Dudley Boys actually not very long ago.
The Dudley, Bubba Ray and Devon.
And but people are like they're still going, and then yeah, people were like, oh, Cena retired, AJ Styles retired, now Brock retired, and then it showed a picture of Rey Mysterio getting thrown over the ropes
Yeah.
to take Rusev out, which he took this massive fucking Russian out and broke the ladder. The ladder snapped in half. And they were like, Rusev's dead on the commentary.
Well,
For
who
fucking
was that?
reason.
Was that who was the guy back in the '90s who came off the cage and died? Was that Bret Hart?
Owen Hart
Owen
died,
Hart. That's it. Yeah.
but he was harnessed in and was going to drop in from the rafters. And I think what held the harness broke and he fell to his death into the ring during a live show. So, like, people were there, they paid their money, and they saw that.
Yeah,
happened?
so he
Wow.
was coming down from the ceiling, and on his harness there was like a quick release button, so he can like come down to the mat, hit it, and the whole harness comes off. That malfunctioned and just came off early. He just popped,
Yeah.
and he fell like 90 feet to the ground.
Now, they sued the company that makes that, and they were actually found liable.
Oh, I'm sure.
So,
Like it's
and people, wanted to blame WWE for it for,
no,
cutting.
I'm sure they probably at that point in time they probably went to like, I mean, how many people like come down from ceilings and stuff? Like in whether it's a movie or a concert or something, they probably
Right.
like, okay, who makes these harnesses? They went to them.
You would
Unfor-
think, I don't know. Um, there was a speculation about they were trying to save costs, so they used this new place. I don't know if that's completely true or not,
Well, if it
or
was
how
true, they
long.
couldn't prove it because WWF won. So,
I think they did. I think they did, but the harness company did not.
because have I ever, I think I've told it on the show before. I actually went out to a dinner one time with one of the lawyers in that like famous McDonald's case about the lady who spilt hot coffee on herself and got like $110 million.
Yeah.
I was like, so what was the deal with that? He's like, oh no, like during our investigation of this, like, because she had to get like skin grafts on her crotch because the coffee was so hot, and
Yeah.
they found emails like within McDonald's corporate that said if you keep your coffee at like whatever this temperature is, it is very unsafe for people, but we only have to brew a pot of coffee every 4 hours instead of every 2 hours. So like
Yeah.
go ahead and do it and we'll deal with the consequences. So like once the lawyers found that, like, oh, you knew what you were doing was
That's what did it.
unsafe. It wasn't some
Yeah.
dumb bitch, because I always thought like, oh, some dumb bitch spilled hot coffee on herself. She's like, oh, this coffee's hot. Like, no, the coffee was actually way too fucking hot. Hold on, let me let the dogs
Yeah.
out real quick. Okay, who let the dogs out? Keep it going, Charlie. Sing.
Okay. Everybody, I don't know the tone of this for sure in the chat. I place no blame on them continuing the show after Owen Hart died. Because in that situation, what do you do? So I'm talking about like uh, a few in the chat mentioned after Owen Hart died. I
Yeah,
don't
they
know
kept
if
the show going. I think
right
that probably was honestly. I understand why people are upset about that. Um, but I think that was
in
probably
that
the best thing
moment.
to do because I think it was like a pretty big event, wasn't it? Like, was it one of the pay-per-views that
It
happened?
might have
Or...
been a Saturday night main event,
So I mean, if you
which is
say
why they
like Owen
didn't
Hart died,
have a big entrance.
like you, it's crowd control at that point. Like if you tell everybody that he fell and died, like what are the cons? Like what's the crowd gonna do? They're gonna might go fucking nuts and tear the place apart, you know.
Exactly.
So yeah, I
What
mean,
is
I
the
get it.
crowd going to do? And then there was the point of the crowd has paid for their tickets, they paid for their hotel rooms if they're traveling, they made arrangements for all of this. What are we going to do for our fans?
Yep.
So it wasn't just a, oh no, we're going to have to refund the money. I highly doubt it was that because I do believe that for as heartless as they can be for each other,
Mm-hmm.
there is heart there because if there wasn't, they wouldn't be doing this. Vince wouldn't have done it for as long as he did until he got
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, I'm sure it probably wasn't an
sued.
easy decision for anybody to make. And I'm sure there's probably been interviews on this from Vince or whoever at the time. But
Yeah, a lot of people have talked about it, and I think there are a few wrestlers that are like it. We should have stopped. You can have your opinion on that, like that. Not saying either one is right or wrong for sure.
mm-hmm.
I don't put any blame on them
No,
for going
at
on
the end
that.
of the day, I mean, it is a business, and you have all these people in a
Right.
stadium
The show
there to
must
watch a
go on.
show. So I mean, what would stopping it have done? I think stopping it would have actually made the situation worse, like overall, because then you're gonna have people going nuts in the crowd, and who knows, like somebody gets fucking like some 10-year-old kid in the crowd gets trampled because everybody's panicking because Owen Hart just died in front of them, you know?
That is so, yeah.
You know, like,
You have to weigh all of these risks in real time. I mean, you don't have any time to sit here and ponder and have a morality talk with yourself and to think of everything. You don't have the fucking time. You have less than 5 minutes, maybe, because
oh,
the crowd's
less than
gonna be
five
like,
minutes is an eternity in those situations.
yeah, like I don't, they weren't live. Um, I don't believe that they were live, but I do think that they were taping. And
I think
you
that
can't.
if it was a pay-per-view back in the day, the pay-per-views were, well, live. They might have been on
It
a
might
delay or
have been
something.
live because Jim Ross did go on and announce that Owen had passed. So all the viewers knew, but the people there in person, I don't know when they found out. They might have found out the next day.
Yeah, because they weren't
They
getting,
might not
back
have
then, they
ever
weren't getting
known.
text alerts on their phone, you know?
Right. And I don't believe they announced it to the crowd. I think, but you don't hear the commentary when you're live. That's only on TV. And it wasn't, he did have to, and I'm like, could you fucking imagine even that position of, I don't know what's happening, no one's talking to me, and then I get told I need to deliver this news.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a rough situation. I don't know. I think they probably handled it the way they saw fit, and it was fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like, it's, I get it because, again, like, you never know what a crowd like that could. And also, it's not like you're at an opera concert, right? The crowd immediately is already just like going bonkers. You say something like that, like who knows what they're gonna do? It's safer just to be like, we'll announce this afterwards and just keep the show going. Like,
Yeah.
no offense to Owen Hart and his family, is like, but I don't know. To me, for the safety of the people in the crowd, it's better to just keep the show going. Like, oh yeah, like he's hurt. We're working on it. Like, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It was just this extremely unfortunate. There was another guy that I cannot remember his name, unfortunately, but he was in a match with Rey Mysterio and he died. And I was reading about this. I don't know if he had a heart attack or if it was like he had hit his head hard and that could have triggered him to have a heart attack. But he was set up to do a 619. But Rey did not make contact with his head, but he did fall off the ropes and you could tell he was not conscious.
Mexican wrestler Piero Aguero? No, there's no R.
Piero
Aguayo.
I'm not even gonna try that, but yeah.
Aguero?
So
Aguero?
people say like, "Oh, Rey killed a guy." It's like, no, that's actually not what happened. But he took a hard slam.
Cervical spine trauma after a drop kick landed him on the ropes. He got whiplash. So I think he was doing something and just some weird freak thing that popped his spine.
Yeah.
Yeah. In 2015, following a match against Rey Mysterio Jr. in Tijuana, Mexico, the 35-year-old suffered a cervical spine trauma after a drop kick landed him on the ropes, causing fatal whiplash. Oh, so he got kicked into the ropes. He must have came on the ropes weird and snapped his neck back.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks. Shit happens. I mean, my kid's in a sport that every time he goes down the ice and lays there, I'm like, here it is. First fucking concussion. You know?
Right?
But, or the kid that lives with my mom, the hockey player lives with my mom, who's getting drafted this summer. Every time he gets on a breakaway, he has this fucking thing where he has to stick out his tongue. He'll He'll be
Put that
skating with
fucking
his
tongue back
tongue
in your,
out.
put that fucking tongue back in your mouth.
And this season, his parents were in town for one because he's from South Philly or South Philly, South Jersey. Like he's like 20 minutes away from Philly, like right on the border in Jersey, but right on the border of Philadelphia. And he took a hard hit right to the face and laid on the ground holding his face. And I told his mom, I was like, he finally happened. He bit off his fucking tongue. Granted, that's not what happened, but I was like, I mean, wild shit happens. I mean, look at the.
But
Well, I'm
yeah,
watching hockey right now, but look at like that goalie from the '90s that got that skate across his throat. Have you ever seen that video?
dude, yeah, that was fucking brutal.
Like you just see him like, oh shit, and he moves his hands and his blood starts pouring everywhere. Like, oh my god, he lived. But then a
Oh, he
couple
did?
probably he lived. Yeah, he lived through that. But there was a former NHL player, probably I don't know, 2, 3 years ago now, who kind of on the end of his career, he's played in Europe and got in a fight with another guy. And while he's laying on the ground, the guy kicked him, and his skate went across his throat and cut it open, and he died from that. And the guy's doing like life in jail now because the court was able to prove from video evidence, like, no, you kicked him, like you intentionally kicked him in the throat.
Oh my
So since
god.
then, so that'd been maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Because ever since then, um, everybody, even NHL players, you have to wear like a Kevlar neck band now, like a cut resistant neck band.
Yeah.
Not in the NHL. I'm watching it now. You don't have to wear them, but like every other league, like if you're under the age of 18, you have to wear one of those.
I mean, yeah, the liability is
Like
just
my
way too
kid's
high.
been told to get off the ice because he forgot to put his on, and a ref's like, "You're not wearing your neck guard. Go get it, or you're not playing."
That makes sense.
So
It's like, yeah, we're taking it that serious, but they should.
you should. I mean, you got
But
a bunch.
again, liability.
Yeah.
Like, we can't do that.
But yeah, it's wild stuff, man. Like in wrestling, I know it's fake. I say that in quotations
Yes.
because I understand there's athleticism, but like it's still very physical. And I mean, fuck, look at Lindsey Vaughn and skiing. She about had her leg ripped off, and she's
Mm-hmm.
talking about making another comeback. I'm like, girl, enough.
No. You
Please
can't do
don't.
that.
Please don't. Everybody loves you. Just stop.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Stop.
Just stop.
Just go fucking skiing for fun, man.
I know.
Like, you
Tiger
gotta
Woods
say
can't stop
goodbye
getting
eventually.
DUIs, so you know.
Gosh. But yeah, no, even Braun Breaker, he came back. It was, they said that he had had hernia surgery. Whether that is true or not, I don't know. But Seth Rollins hit him with the chair, but instead of hitting him horizontally with it, he hit him vertically with it and busted open the back of his head. But it wasn't until like the end that he really started bleeding, and you got to see him in real time, be like, "What's that?" Felt the back of his head, looked, oh shit, I'm bleeding. I guess he got, I don't know, I can't remember what happened after that, but I did see camera footage or phone footage of him on the ground outside of the ring. Paul Heyman is next to him, and he's blood. It's a head wound, so it's really starting to come out. Paul has a towel, puts it on him, pulls it out. Ton of blood on the back of his head. And this is his first night back, like for real. But Rollins has just gotten better from surgery too. So it's like, would y'all stop fucking each other up right when you come back? What the fuck?
Yeah,
Like he's
but I mean, this
definitely
shows you. I mean, it really just does show you like how. Because I talk about this, it reminded me of when I was in high school. I was like a freshman or maybe a sophomore in high school. A guy a couple years older than me in high school became paralyzed because he was tubing, like water tubing behind a boat, and got flicked off. You ever been tubing behind a boat?
Oh yeah.
Like they always try to do the whip, so it whips you off. Well, he got whipped off. He was wearing a life jacket and everything, but when he came up, like he came off, skipped across the water, and came up. And right when he came up, the tube came across and hit him right across the face, and
Oh my gosh.
And he ended up
Oh my
like, luckily he
gosh.
didn't die. I guess I don't know what's the worst situation, but it it snapped his neck enough to where like he was paralyzed from the neck down for forever. I guess I don't know what happened to him after that,
Oh
but
my gosh. Yeah, I mean that's how fucking easy it is. Like we're pretty resilient, but to a point, to a fucking point, we're pretty fucking easy to break.
yeah.
The fact we don't break all the time is incredible.
Oh, I've broken every single one of my fingers just doing dumb shit. Like literally,
Yeah,
like every one of them,
doesn't
except for
take
my
very much.
thumbs. Except I cut the thumb off, so that's not a break, but it's an injury. I've literally broken every single one of my fingers. Dislocated a shoulder, like not really doing much, which was that was rough. Dislocating it actually wasn't as painful as when the paramedics set it back in.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I was like I was probably 16 or 17 playing paintball and I went to dive and I stuck in mud and like my gun hand, which at the time probably was like 20 pounds, kept going. It just pulled my shoulder out. So like laying
Yeah.
there and like it was a tournament luckily, so it was like a referee and he saw me like I was like screaming on the ground. He jumps on top of me, pulls me off, and he's like, "Oh, I'm a paramedic. Like, this is dislocated. Do you want me to put it back in?" I was like, "Yeah, go for it." And he like, yeah, he like kind of, it's like Lethal Weapon. He like rolled it around, and I felt like this little click. He's like, "Yep, right there." He's like, "I'm gonna hold it right here." I was like, "Okay." And then he just like shoulder checked me, and it popped back in. All I knew was like I heard a pop, and then my vision went white, and I woke up on the ground with him like, "Hey man, you're all right. Let's get you some water. You're all right."
Yeah, I passed out, man. That hurt so much I passed out.
Weird thing is, it's like when it happened, I don't even remember the pain, but it must have hurt so bad because like literally, like my vision just like flash white, and I'm like, I wake
Mhm.
up, I'm like, oh fuck, did I pass out? He was like, yeah, it must have hurt. I was like, I don't remember that. He's like, I was like, it sure as shit hurts now.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering, sometimes that may be like just the nervous reaction or the nervous system's response to that much of kind of pain of like, it's not now. We're just, we're gonna unplug and plug back in.
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
but I was watching this video of this bull rider. He got thrown off, dislocated his shit, and he was just sitting on the ground and like right by the chute, and he put it back into place on his own. So it was like, this motherfucker does this all the
All the
fucking
time. Well,
time.
that's what the guy told me. He's like I put it back in. He's like, if it ever happens again, like go to the hospital. He's like, whatever I just did to your shoulder is probably not great. I just did it.
Yeah.
I was like, that makes
I
sense.
mean,
And I ended up when I
it's a
came back,
ball joint, so it just,
I must have been 17 or 18 because I was driving at that point. And I drove home, and my mom was asking me like how the tournament went, and I told her. She's like, "What? You didn't go to the hospital?" Like, no. Like, so the next day, like she took me to the doctor, and the
yeah.
doctor's like, "This seems okay, but like if it ever happens again, like don't do like an emergency relocation. Like just come in. We have better ways of doing that. Because like if you do it too much, next thing you know, like the socket's just worn out, and every five
Mhm.
seconds, like you'll pick up something off the ground, and your fucking shoulder will just come out."
Yeah. Yeah. It happens. And then it's fucking wild. I heard a little bit about ortho through my x-ray buddies at work, and they were like, man, when the hip joint
Mm,
pops out,
I've seen that
it,
before.
watching the doctors trying to reset that shit
Yeah.
is like full body, like you're getting pile drived by a doctor.
Oh, I can imagine because like I can you imagine me like when I was. I mean, this was 20 years ago, and I was probably like same height. I've been like 6'1" since I was in like the 8th grade. But I was probably like 130 pounds. Like there probably wasn't a whole lot to really have to reset. But you think about a hip joint, that thing's got
I
to
mean,
be
you're
this
talking about
damn
your
big.
skeleton.
I know that, but like a hip joint, like a ball for your leg into your hip, like how big is that? Even
Well,
mine's got to be pretty
it's
goddamn
the
big.
same. it's not that big, but it's the same type of ball joint
Right.
scenario, but in your shoulder, it's a lot more shallow. So it's
Right.
easier for that. But for the hip bone, it's pretty much actually like this.
Yeah.
So to get that back in something, like it, I
Ugh.
mean, you have to think about what dislocates it would be like, if you have your feet up on the dash and you get into a car accident, that can jolt it out. It's gonna take a fuck ton
Are
of
you one?
pressure.
Are you one of those girls? If you're in the passenger seat on a road trip, you put your feet up on the dashboard.
Fuck no. You wanna know why? My fucking parents said don't fucking do that because it'll pop your fucking hips out.
Oh, I've told
And
my wife. I was like, if something happens and the
that
airbag
exact
goes
same.
off, they're gonna be picking your legs up from the back of the car. She's like, well, don't get in
Yeah.
an accident. I was like, that's why they're called accidents.
Yeah, it's almost like other people can cause them, and it's not even just the impact of a different car, it's, just the airbag going off.
Yeah, we could hit
That's
a
all it
deer. We could
takes.
hit a fucking deer. The airbag goes off, and your legs are up here. Have you ever seen? I told her like, you ever seen an airbag go off?
Yeah, that's literally an airbag knocked me the fuck out during my, head-on collision. But yeah, no, my parent absolutely fucking not.
Well, she's more
Was that
serious about it now because she actually had a friend die from an airbag. Granted,
yeah,
not to
it's
speak
sad
ill, but it was her
that's what
fault.
it takes.
She dropped her phone. She was driving and texting, dropped her phone, went to pick it up, and had her head right in front of the steering wheel. Swerved, head on collision, airbag went off, and just, I mean, it almost took her head off.
Yeah. I mean, it comes out
Oh, yeah.
fucking fast. Um, but yeah, my parents were like, "Yeah, no shoes on my dashboard, don't get your fucking dirt, all
Yeah.
that, disgusting shit on my vehicle that I pay for." But then also I remember my grandmother yelling at me, for having the window down and sticking my arm out,
Oh, yeah.
doing the phone, and
Yeah.
she was like, "Get your fucking arm back in that car."
Doing the
Uh,
90s music video out the
yeah,
window. Yeah.
and but she was like, Another car can kick up a rock and hit your arm and fuck it up. Or someone can hit us and take your arm completely off.
Off. Yeah.
Put your fucking arm back in." Of course, she didn't speak like that to me, but the basis of it. I never stick my fucking hand out of a car window to this day. And when I see other people doing it, I start yelling at them from my
Oh,
car.
one thing I learned about driving in cars, I learned from when I used to ride motorcycles. Go ride a motorcycle. You know this? Everybody else on the road are fucking idiots. It doesn't take a
Yeah.
whole lot. Like the
Yeah.
one big motorcycle wreck I ever got into was because of somebody else not paying attention, and I had to like dump the bike to not get like run over by them.
Yeah. Well, it's not just them not paying attention. They could be paying attention. They just don't. They literally don't fucking see your ass. And I mean that could be categorized as them not paying attention. But sometimes it's not fucking easy to see, and especially if you're going fast, depending on your surroundings and whatnot. Like hell, I've had a fucking bread truck coming straight towards me, going like 30 miles. I was going 30 miles an hour, not even that fast. It's like shit, like. But my dad was a big biker, and he always, their mantra was, "You are invisible,
Yep.
and you need to act like it, cause ain't no one gonna fucking see you.
Yep.
You are such a tiny little thing. People don't see full ass fucking vehicles."
Oh yeah, I remember there was a time when I had one of my motorcycles. It was a Ninja, and it was loud as shit.
Doesn't matter.
Me and my wife we were riding somewhere, but we were on the interstate in like the far left lane next to this car, and the guy had like literal like headphone, like what I'm wearing on in his car, like over the ear headphones in his car, and kept
Ew,
coming
that was
over
illegal.
and kept coming over and coming over into our lane to where like I kept drifting over, but there was a car right in front of me, so I couldn't just punch out because yeah, I'm on a crotch rocket. If I really wanted to, I could just go, but I couldn't because I had to be blocked in, and there was a car behind me, so I couldn't brake. So I literally just started like revving the engine as loud as it would go, and he kept coming over. Luckily, I was wearing like the gloves I always wore that had like reinforced knuckles, and I ended up just punching the shit out of his window,
Dude.
like trying to break it. And he's finally like, oh god, and like swerved back over so far he about hit the car next to him. I was like, what the fuck,
Holy
man?
fucking shit, dude.
And my
But
motorcycle
yeah,
was so loud. Like when I
people
would
are
ride, I would
so
wear
fucking
headphones. I would wear
stupid.
earphones when I was riding because my motorcycle was so fucking loud.
Yeah. But yeah, it does not like I during my DPS motorcycle license class, one of the guys brought that up. He was like, "I got these huge pipes. People will, hear me coming and
Yeah,
going." And the DPS agent looked over at him and said, "No, the fuck they're not.
yeah, yeah,
Get that shit out of your head
yeah.
right the fuck now. People don't hear fucking trains that are on tracks."
Right.
And it's just like, no, you
So,
are completely invisible.
yep. But all right, we'll wrap it up there. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope the first Tuesday show went well. I gotta go because my wife totally forgot that I'm doing this show on Tuesday, and she's doing wedding planning with her sister, and I'm pretty sure my dog is driving them nuts right now. Why he was in here earlier. So, and she's texting me. She's like, "What the fuck? I thought you were keeping Bruno." I was like, "I tried to, but he kept barking." I'm like, what do you want me to do? It's your dog. But, anyways, this is an Nation. For Charlie, no Jake yet. I talked to Jake today. He's still among the living. He's just not feeling great right now. So,
Yeah, we were texting Almania.
oh, are you?
Keeping each
Okay.
other updated.
Gotcha. So maybe he'll be back next week. That'd be great. And again, like we said in the last episode, if you guys have any like ideas for people from either the Nooner community or just cool people to come on and talk, DM me. I'll reach out. Like I know how to get people on the show. I've done it, but that's how the show started. So just hit me up, or if you have any topics you want us to talk about, or a question of the week you want to do, DM me. So, anyways, again, I'm Bill. That's Charlie. This is Nation. Good night, everyone.